Let's see if it's still recording. What? Hey, 2 channels now. That's cool. And I got a backup recorder. So it's like when one's mind in their life encodes the information of someone else in a format that is too traumatizing for them to view later, basically through the whole or through their interactions with that individual, to the point where it's too energetically taxing for their soul to know itself through your construct, your reality that you created within yourself, based upon how your view of everyone, whether it goes against their view of themselves or encourages it. Water. And when it's too much taken, it basically drops a level of resonance or self-similarity from a minimum potential to keep the maximum scope of reality open in terms of kind of society and variation. The reality game then becomes a plane that we're into the soul. It becomes a game of leveling up by forming these types of opinions, and then we all learn what we feel of one another, and the nodes basically have the option to expand or increase. Basically, if one is too subservient to someone else in that reality, they won't want to experience it, and you'll end up with the shadow image of that individual through kind of a poor perceptual adjustment or calibration system, which is like an enslavement of the mind, instead of kind of adding, multiplying, and meeting people, making friends, and meeting people. And as a result, it becomes a system where people go on collectively, and those who map out their realities, giving everyone their kind of unique but like whole sense of individual right, but in the sense where no one is I'm kind of losing the way of describing it now. It's wonderful. Now my brain's doing the fucking computer thing. Okay, audio file not found. It becomes like those who do that the most have a fractal view of the world in the end that contains the highest level of sync with everyone else's fractal view, and in that sense, it's kind of like a larger society where there's room for everyone, if you will, mentally, within themselves, and therefore within each other. It's weird. But it's just weird because we're stupid here and we think the opposite of that is smarter, as long as it doesn't, as long as it doesn't work, that doesn't make any sense. And so then the idea is where society is collapsing is like spires or towers, like dead-end apocalyptic flicks, where each surviving member is that way because ultimately that reality, each self-sufficient reality, is forced to compete with itself, in a way cannibalize itself informationally in order to get to the point where it can know itself. It's like there was too much filler to the point where what we were doing seemed to work against itself, and in doing so, the end results of that format of being, the one who did that the most, equated to literally being alone. It was literally like the cosmic saga was inverted. And so this one, I kind of explained it right. I kind of didn't seem to get the feeling. I'm kind of still wondering if any of this audio is making it to the thing, or if I'm going to upload that, then that's going to fucking blow up, and then get the video, and that's going to turn into a fucking double KGB WX file or some bullshit, and fucking helicopters are going to, I don't know. I'm just playing about helicopters, but KGB. This is some crazy shit. It's just information streams organizing. And so those who manifest their reality with the highest degree of self-similarity, like the version of everyone else as friends, this is the other part I trailed off at. It's like they're environmental bodybuilding bridge builders or something, or resonance anchors. And realities reconvene through those perspectives, meaning it's always going to lead to that. And it's always going to lead to that because eventually every other option of avoiding that leads to that too. And it's kind of like self-reflective that it will do that. And so then the magician, so like it's like the, I don't know, it's like the hierarchical, I don't know. The more you go into that view, you become the top, alone at the top. And then the one who, and that's like whatever you want to call it, but the one who somehow has the awareness of that happening, that view, and then when everybody views that reality and like comes together and sees what's really going on, and in that view there is the highest degree of self-similarity, meaning everybody's actually views themselves in that view and agrees with what they see, and what they see also agrees with one another. It's like because the person who planned it basically liked everyone individually in the way that there is something good about it, about the situation. And in that sense, that's kind of like a magician, where the other one is the reality is kind of collapsed till there's just one, which is you, or the center, where it's always going to be anywhere, that's always there. And then the others, where it's seen, there's almost no reason to want to enjoy or to not collapse. Every obstacle that is a process, it's a property of the compartmentalization of the ordinarily complementary or additional perspectives, viewpoints from one another, having each other's story integrated into one another. So it's like one continuing jigsaw piece that makes larger views. That's basically like the cause of the symptoms of the obstacles. And in the view of the one who connects every view in the same perspective, meaning that in that perspective everyone can join in and agree with what they're seeing, that's like a magician. They're pulling potential, they're making land, they're giving opportunity and possibilities that are coming out of darkness or the corners or between and under things, the thing in between what are normally seen as variables. Somehow it comes out of nowhere. And you're able to pull possibilities that aren't necessarily accessible to those who are seeing it the other way, in the other scope, where it's basically like islands of isolation for those who see the more they see. And the strange thing is the two go, it's like a kind of a going into a spire, and then that comes down and kind of forms the donut, which is the hole, and then you have the spire and the hole, and it's like they're the same thing. But I guess you have to go through it maybe, or you know how to position yourself so you're seeing them. So I guess so or they're always there, the sides and the inside and the expanse and the point and all that. It's just that what we have in this reality here that makes us who we are, probably someone with the brain and all that, is like a kaleidoscope, not in the sense that it's manifesting all this power and shape. It's cutting out portions of it so we rediscover it each time, and it's like this experience of seeing it, but as well not understanding that we're seeing the cutout of it, or what we're seeing is based upon the lack of, it's shaping it. So it's seeing the inverse, and we might think that it's based on scarcity and what we see is going to go away, but by the act of that going away, it's revealing everything else that's there. It's like unfolding the thing in a way. So, all right, I'm just going to see if that one works miraculously.